Wesley, how do you feel?
I think you know who I voted for, and I think the name's right there. So it was, from the very beginning, our campaign, we've seen a clear distinction. Our opponent has been running on division, and we've been running on a vision for a better St. Louis region, a vision that people can be proud of and get behind, because we recognize that this region needs work. And we need folks in DC who are going to go up there working on the issues that matter to folks right here in this region. And as the Ferguson City Councilman, as the county prosecutor, and as the next congressman, that's exactly what you can expect from me. This region's agenda, the issues that are important to this region will be my agenda. And we'll go up there, build the coalitions, make the relationships, and get legislation passed that are going to impact this region. And that's where my priorities will be and always have been. So here we go.
Right now, things are tense on a national level. Mm-hmm. How do you put your constituents at ease and maintain trust here on the local level?
Well, I think first and foremost, folks in this district know me. Again, I was, as a Ferguson City Councilman, in a very tumultuous situation. We helped calm tensions and move that region, that city and that region forward as county prosecutor in a place with 88 municipalities and 55 police departments. You don't hear about the dysfunction that you hear in other places because we're deliberate about working together, and I'm proud of the broad coalition of support that we've been able to build, this campaign has been powered by, and we fully intend for it to carry us through the finish line and right up to DC as the next congressman.
If you win the seat, what would be your very top priority when you get to Congress?
My top priority is this region and waking this sleeping giant. As all of us know, this region has been dying a slow death. We're losing population in the city, in the county, and around the metro area, and we can keep doing the same things and hoping for a different result, or we can start investing in the infrastructure, in the jobs, in the education, to move this region forward, keep our best and brightest here, and also attract families back to this region that we all love. And that's what our vision is for this region. And as the next congressman, I'm going to work every day to make that a reality.
And other cities like Nashville, Austin, used to be same-size cities as St. Louis County and city. Yeah. They've exploded.
Absolutely.
What kind of things do you want to do to try to move us in that direction?
Well, they accomplished those things in Nashville, and we're seeing in Detroit and Indianapolis by working together. Our fractured form of government, if it was effective, other places would be copying this model. Nobody's copying our model. When we're trying to attract industry and we're competing against one another, when we're trying to create a public safety plan and we're competing against one another, that's not the most effective use of our resources and the most effective way to move this region forward. So we got to, and this seat is a unique seat. Other than statewide positions, it's the only position in the city and the county. And so we have an obligation to lead and work with our community partners. And I have a track record of doing that in Ferguson. I have a track record of doing that in St. Louis County. And I have a track record, and I will have a track record of doing that as the next congressman.
Do you have any hesitation about working with the other side?
No. I come from a time when Democrats and Republicans butted heads, reached that 11th hour compromise, and then went and had a beer together. And I think it's important that we recognize that while we may be opponents, we're not enemies. At the end of the day, we're all Americans. And my priority is to move this region forward, but also this country forward. And we need people who are going to go up there deliberate about building relationships. I'm going to work with our Democratic caucus. And when we can find that common ground, we're going to reach across the aisle and work with our Republican friends.
What's the very first thing you want to accomplish when you get there? Besides
know,
moving into your office.
There's so many issues that we need to address. We need to codify Roe versus Wade. We need to ensure that women have the autonomy over their own bodies and the choice to make their healthcare decisions, which include an abortion. We need to attract jobs in industry. We have a public safety issue in this region. I'm a big proponent of common sense gun violence, and as a prosecutor, I see these types of cases every day. The number one killer of young black boys in this region is not childhood diseases, it's gun violence. And that's a problem for me. And so we have to do the things, attract industries, attract jobs, address our healthcare and food deserts, so that we can start attracting people back to this region, so that we can start keeping our best and brightest, because as a former educator, our best and brightest are often looking to lose, and we leave, and we need to change that. And that's what I'm laser focused on doing. That's what this campaign has been about, is sharing our vision for this region, as opposed to just mudslinging and things of that nature. And I tell you, over the last few weeks, you start questioning, like, man, should I have said something or been more aggressive on the attack? And then over the last few weeks, little kids will start coming up, recognizing the ads and wanting to take pictures with me. And it made me realize that our young people are watching. It's not just about how we see politics and going after our opponents, but it's also setting an example that the next generation can follow, because we got to prepare our young people, and I'm proud of the campaign that we've run. I'm proud of the staff and volunteers, friends, family, so many people that have got involved in this race, and we're going to win it.
As far as your vision and your message to some of your constituents, what would be your first statement to them if you were to win this upcoming election?
Is that just as when I was elected in Ferguson, just as when I was elected as the county prosecutor, folks know what they're going to get from me. I'm going to show up. I'm going to do the work. I'm going to listen to my constituents. And when issues come up in this region, you're not going to have to find me. When Ferguson happened, there were some folks who shied away. I was there front and center. When numerous issues that we've had in the county, I'm front and center, and I believe in transparency. Even when things have happened in the city, when I've been called to help out, I'm there. And this region knows that I'm going to show up. They know that I'm going to be here and working in the best interest of this region. That's what I've done. That's what I'm going to do. And if I get the honor of serving as the next congressman, that's exactly what you can expect from me.
All right, as a new person on Capitol Hill, newcomer, what are some of the things that you feel are your main modus operandi in regards to how you want to be carried as a congressperson and represent this district on a national level?
I think of the late, great John Lewis, who was a champion for so many underserved people, but he also worked with others. He also reached across the aisle and worked with folks on the other side too. And when I think about the issues of this region, this was once one of the most prominent regions in the country, and we've seen the roadmap. We've seen what other cities have done to turn it around, and it's going to take working together. And so that's exactly what you can expect from me. We're going to go up there and we're going to work to codify Roe versus Wade. We're going to work to bring jobs and industry back to this region. We're going, as I'm saying, former prosecutor, but not quite yet, right? As a prosecutor, public safety is very important to me, and common sense gun safety laws. Big shout out to Moms Demand Action. But we got work to do, and I think folks who know me know that I'm going to put the work in, and my agenda, my priority will be this region and moving this region forward.